Let's talk about miracles. Now, I personally think we should enjoy and embrace them, in fact, even expect them. But is that a quaint, old fashioned idea that just has no place in the 21st century? Is it just out of touch? And also, there's this idea that miracles are like this magic trick where something, poof, it appears or it disappears and is completely unexplainable. But what about when we can explain what happened, how it did work? Does that minimize it? Does that devalue what God just did? Does it no longer qualify as a miracle? As my wife says, do we just dumb it down? Now, obviously, the skeptic would say, well, that wasn't God. Here's how it happened. But does God actually enjoy showing us? We have this big, amazing, creative God. Does he actually enjoy once in a while showing us how he works on our behalf? We see in the Bible, not every time, but often we see where God tells us how he performed the miracle. He tells us exactly what he did. And a great example is when he brought his people out of Egypt. And they're rejoicing and they get to the Red Sea, and all of a sudden they realize Pharaoh's chasing them with the army, the chariots, the whole bit. And that rejoicing turns to fear. And God actually says to Moses, what are you complaining about? Move forward. And then he tells him, raise your staff. See, God already had the plan. Moses, the people, just didn't know it yet. Stop complaining, move forward. And he says, raise your staff and I will part the Red Sea and my people will go forward on dry land. And then it tells us what he did is he caused a mighty wind to blow, push the waters back, dry it out so they literally walked on dry land. I mean, how amazing is that? And does that minimize that we know that God did it by a mighty wind? Does that minimize the amazingness of what God did for his people? Or do we still embrace and enjoy, wow, God, you are unbelievable? Can we learn that even when we see what he's done, to embrace it and be wowed by it regardless? If you were to study miracles, what you would find is there's two themes. Now, one is the word dunamis, which is the Greek word for God's power at work, God's power on display. But the much, much more prevalent meaning is it's a sign. The word miracle and miracles more often is used to represent that it was a sign of God's care for his people. Miracles were a sign of his care, both his affection and God at work on behalf of his people, for the benefit of his people. And it was a sign to his people, and it was a sign to the world around them, again, of his care. See, we need to separate out, when we think of a miracle, we need to separate out outcome, which is for our benefit, and purpose. See, the purpose of miracles is not the outcome, although we enjoy the outcome. The purpose of miracles, the benefit, is that it's a sign. It's a sign to his people. It's a sign to the world around us of his care, his love, his affection, and that he's at work on our behalf. So why do I think we should expect miracles? Because they're a sign of his care for his people.